Hi. Thank you for attending today's reading. Let's begin. I was kidnapped when I was 8 and held in captivity for 3 years 26F. I was picked up by a stranger from school posing to be my dad's friend, saying that he would drop me off to the airport to catch a flight with my dad. Not only did I actually have to travel with my dad that day, but this man somehow knew my dad was getting off early from work. He told me that morning, and that he had to go fishing with his friend. He did this a lot. He told me that my dad sent him to pick me up and meet him directly at the airport. I believed him, convinced my teachers I knew him, because I was excited to go the airport, and left with him. I was held in captivity for 3 years. I was raped, beaten, starved. 11-year-old me had learnt to make him trust me. It started with us going around in his car, although I had to sit in the backseat and stay quiet the whole time. He let me come into his kitchen and make food for myself. He let me clean his house. The day we went to feed the ducks at the park, I ran. I ran as fast as my weak legs could carry me. Because of the crowd, I think he lost me. I begged a family for help, telling them I was kidnapped and I wanted to go home. I told them my name, my school's name and my parents' names. Long story short, they caught him. He killed himself. I was back with my dad, my sisters, my dogs. I'm now happily married to my wife of 4 years. Still undergoing therapy, have a good job, and a baby on the way. Edit. I'm very sorry for the last line. I realize it doesn't end well for most and I got lucky. But the only way I kept going was telling myself, I'm going to escape. And then, I'm going to get better. I'm going to love myself again. I'm going to get past my trauma. Since this worked for me, I assumed saying, it will end well, would work for other people too. Of course it wasn't right though. End of story. Next story. I lied to my GF about my penis size the other day. I told all my girlfriend that my penis was over 7 inches. I lied. In reality, I have a micropenis. I feel horrible about it. I feel absolutely terrible about lying. Especially to this girl I like a lot. But can't bring myself to tell her the truth. BC, it'll make her not like me anymore. I'm afraid she'll make fun of me. I feel so much shame surrounding the fact I have a micropenis. I'm afraid I'll never get a woman to love me. She'll go out with me until she sees it and then we'll just laugh. End of story. Next story. My boss pissed me off, so I'm catfishing his wife. My boss is generally a dick. I noticed his wife, who also works at the company, came up as a recommended friend on Snapchat. I copied the username and added her on my burner Snapchat. After a few messages and a few fake selfies, she has told me she is single and sent some damn good, reveling pictures. I feel a bit guilty now, but damn, she is hot. End of story. Next story. I fucking hate my neighbors. Update. https://reddit.app. Link. 8M1 Lieutenant 72 knots 1. You. Yes, you. Woman with the charming smile who acts so friendly in the street. You know I can hear you scream it and beat your teenage daughter through the shared wall. Right? I can hear her cry and gasp for air as you choke her. I can hear you screaming at her for coughing for dear life afterwards. I am aware she cannot leave the house alone. Ever. Since you homeschool her and never let her leave. But you know I called the police on you 2 days ago. What you don't know is that I've called the non-emergency number as well and had them make up a file of all your abuse of the past few months. When I moved in. You also don't know CPS will be visiting you soon. And that I've started logging everything you do since my call. You hit a high score with 7 different timestamps today. And it's not even after dinner yet. Congratulations. I wrote 'em all down. You disgust me and I spit on you. I will be recording and logging everything and calling the police on you whenever I hear that girl scream. Because she can't. Fuck you. I hope you get hit by a bus and die. Edit. Slowly. End of story. Next story. I Pavloved my girlfriend. My ex used to use a specific shampoo, and over time I noticed that every time I smell this shampoo on other people I automatically think of her, and this got me planning for my current girlfriend. Every time we got down to business I put on a cologne that I saved specifically for those times. No matter how spontaneous the action was. I found the time to put on a puff or two of this perfume secretly and then continue. After we've been going on for couple months, I began to do tests. I put this perfume on when casually walking in the kitchen past her. And just sat down in the living room. Soon enough. After couple minutes she got here and initiated sexy times. Now I use it occasionally. I'm very careful not to overuse it so it doesn't spoil the effect. When I want to get he going. And it works well enough. My favorite is putting it on before going out to a public place. And watching her get super worked up and unload at home. End of story. Next story. I tell everyone the reason I do beekeeping as a hobby is because I want the honey and to help prevent colony collapse. The real reason I started to is because my mother is extremely allergic to them and now she won't come near my home anymore. Title kinda says it all. End of story. Next story. My stepdad got in a fight to protect me and I feel different about him now. Sorry if this doesn't belong here. I don't have anyone else I can tell. I'm 19 and a guy. My mom married my stepdad when I was 14 and we've always gotten along. My dad died when I was 11 and to be honest I'm still working through the relationship we had. I've always had this fantasy that he was an amazing dad, but if I'm honest he was abusive. He made me fight a 13-year-old when I was 10. When I said I was scared he told me I was being a pussy. When I didn't win he was disappointed in me. When my mom married my stepdad we kept to ourselves at first, but he's honestly twice the man my dad was. It's hard to say that, but it's true. The one thing he said to me before he married my mom was that he'd never hurt us and always protect us. It's been 5 years and he's kept his promise. He's always been amazing to my mom and me, and I admit that he spoils me sometimes. He'll take care of my chores for me and gets me whatever I want even if I don't ask him for it. If he hears me talking about something he'll just get it for me. He always asks if I have enough money, and if I don't he'll transfer money into my checking account. We don't really talk about personal stuff, but he's always said I can talk to him about anything whenever I feel like it. Today we were at the store and some older guy accused me of giving him a dirty look while we were in the parking lot. I didn't know what he was talking about and told him I didn't even look at him, but he shoved me to the ground. My stepdad jumped in so fast that I didn't even see what happened. I heard him hit the guy, and when I got up the asshole was on the ground looking scared and holding his nose. My stepdad was shouting at him in a scary voice, "You don't ever put your hands on him." He helped me up and the guy got back in his car and sped away. After that he didn't want me to leave his sights in the store. The whole way home he kept apologizing that he didn't step in earlier and telling me he never wanted me to see him fight. I've never even seen get mad or raise his voice. It was scary, but it also made me feel so weird. I can't explain it, but it feels like I finally know how much he loves me. We never say it to each other, but I always knew how he feels. When we got home I told him I love him for the first time and he gave me the hardest hug I've ever had and I almost started crying. TL. Doctor. My stepdad fought someone to protect me and it opened my eyes about our relationship. Edit. I'm overwhelmed by all the nice comments. I wish I had time to answer them all before I go to work, but I'll be late if I do. Thank you to everyone for the comments and awards. End of story. That is all for today. If you want to support my automated channel, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. See you tomorrow.